Alrighty, guys, welcome back. All right, so once again, I'm Michael,
I'm Josh.
and we got a special guest today.
On Devontae.
All right, that is what we call him, Bussy. That is our friend. All right, so what we're going down is we're going to talk about a lot of like how the NFL draft ran through, how teams went, a lot about NBA playoffs, big mix-up there, a lot of drama, a lot of fighting, and then just a smidge about NBA. It's just the start of the season. Not that important. All right, so let's start rolling through the draft, guys. All right, Josh. We got what? We got Cam Ward going to Titans first.
That's a really good pick.
How we feeling about that? How we feeling about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that everyone knew going to the draft that this guy was going to be picked number one. I mean,
The way he played this past year.
the way he played in Miami, I mean, it was
0 stars out of high school. I mean,
what a story. I mean, it was
thanks, bro.
It was outstanding. He had a great season. There was a lot of controversy going to the end of the season. People saying he quit on his team and stuff like that. But I just don't think the film shows that. I don't think his play determined that, and obviously didn't. He's going number one to the Titans.
Yeah.
And the Titans, man, they need a quarterback. So
They need a lot.
I think
Will Levis is not getting it done there in Tennessee. So, yeah. All right, now we got the big story. The Jaguars trading to the number 2 pick for Travis Hunter, who some people would say is the best player in this draft. I don't even think he's the best two-way player of all time in the NFL now. So argue with the wall, Jabril Peppers is better two-way player in college than Trav was. I'm sorry. That's just my personal take.
I do think it was a great trade, though, for Jacksonville.
I do too, but I think it
what
was
they
also
did.
very stupid at some points. They do have an NFL GM who looks like he's the age of a 16-year-old, though. So he quite literally said that screw those picks. He didn't say screw, but I will not use the language that he used. So, yeah, they did trade up, give up a lot for it. Some people are saying that the Browns did fail. I think they did great. They need compensation after that Deshaun Watson trade a few years ago.
Yes,
so
for sure.
you gave up 3 first-round picks. Now you got the fifth overall pick this year. You got another first round for next year.
Mm-hmm.
You're setting yourselves up for a good future in the next 2 to 3 years. So I think it was a good trade for both teams.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I think it was a good draft. Good trade.
They got one of the best, I would say the best
Yeah.
defensive tackle in Mason
exactly.
Graham.
Yeah.
I mean, he showed so much talent and
And then
promise for the last
Trav
year
is
in
going to be
Michigan.
good on the offense. Give help
Yeah.
to Trevor Lawrence.
Trev.
So they don't know what they're doing with the running
What is your
backs.
thoughts on Travis Hunter? Do you think he's going to be straight corner or do you think he's playing both?
Well, like he said, I don't know. Like he said, he's not going to play if he doesn't get to play both. So I guess we'll see. Well, with the way the Jaguars, they got a new head coach.
Yeah.
I think they're going to let him play both.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to succeed.
You got to let Travis be Travis.
I don't think it's going to succeed because that's very hard. But, whatever. Now, next, Giants taking Abdul Carter, the Penn State phenom.
what a freak.
Dude, I think the Giants won this draft. I talked to
You did.
Josh
You did.
all year
Yes, you
before
did.
the draft. I said, the Giants have a chance to win this draft in 1 round, and they freaking did it.
Yeah.
Way to go, Jim Schoen and Brian Daboll there in New York. Way to go. Malik Neighbors is smiling pretty because he's either getting about 200 yards from Jameis Winston or he's going to have 150 yards from Jackson Dart. So either way, he's fantasy wide receiver number 1 this year. All right? So,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, they're going to be a dangerous team.
Yeah.
Oh, Cam Scadaboo went there too. Screw you, Giants, for that. The Bears should have drafted him, but
Yeah.
all love.
Next, we have the Patriots taking Will Campbell, the best offensive lineman in the draft
Great
by
pick.
far.
I personally feel like he won't succeed at tackle.
Do you think he's going to move into guard?
I think he has. I don't feel like his wingspan is long enough. I think he's got too short of arms to be a tackle.
That's fair. But
I mean,
they
he
have
had
someone to
one of
protect.
the smallest wingspans at the combine.
Yes, he did.
And he played tackle. He played very well, but with this new wave of edge rushers, you got pure edge rushers. You don't got guys like barreling off the edge. You don't got Reggie White coming off the edge anymore. So it's a lot harder.
And
You know
to,
what I mean, Bucks?
to protect
Yeah,
them, though.
for sure.
Yeah,
but
I love it though. He seemed very confident in the way he's going to be able to protect Drake May. So
I mean, as a defensive end, I go against those guys every day.
Exactly.
So I think
that first step can
especially-
win you the whole snap.
yeah, especially in the NFL. I mean, like you said, this new wave of edge rushers now is just pure speed, pure elusiveness and a lot of moves and stuff, and not just pure power.
Yeah.
You know, you still have some
Yeah.
guys that win with that, but majority of the guys are going to use a move to be elusive and get around you. And if you can't get your hands on them before they can get their hands on you, that's a problem. So, you know, I guess we'll see how it goes in training camp, and the Patriots, will make the decision based on how he performs in training camp, I'm guessing. So
it's kind of like the comparison of you used to see Von Miller doing all this savvy stuff like almost 10 years ago and be like, dang, that's crazy. Like you don't expect a guy on the edge to have those kind of moves, and now you see it every day. So it's kind of But anyway, good pick by the Patriots. Hats off to Mike Vrabel over there. So
Good start.
And number 5, as we touched on just a little bit, Mason Graham to the Browns. Oof. I like that pick. Him and Myles Garrett. I mean,
gives Myles Garrett some
you got to
help,
convince Myles Garrett to make that 4-year massive freaking contract worth it. So, I mean, I guess that was kind of because now there's talks of whenever he was talking to, I think it was Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter about they were saying, you know, you and your agent, you said immediately you don't want to be in Cleveland anymore, and then a week later you signed a mega contract. What's up with that? Like, everyone was expecting to see a huge trade. Lots of people were seeing maybe you in Detroit or somewhere else in the league, which I would have cried if that happened. Thank God that didn't, though. But like the talks about, I guess you got to make his contract worth, and you got to make him want to play that 4 years. So you got to give him help on the D line, and giving a guy like Mason Graham to do it is very, very helpful. And the other guys they picked up, some of their running back, Quinshon Judkins, I'm going to like him in that backfield. And Dylan Sampson teaming up together. They'll have a good 1-2
Cleveland
punch.
had a very interesting draft.
They did have an interesting draft. I like the 1-2 punch. I don't understand the 2 quarterbacks.
We'll talk about that later. That's a big subject for later.
We'll bring that up later.
I just don't understand.
Sure. But Mason Graham, great pick. I would say. Great
pick. Guy, a dog, again, as a defensive lineman.
Oh, yeah.
I don't play D tackle much anymore. But as a defensive lineman, those guys play next to me every snap, and that guy is a dog. He's a dog, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with once he gets, in the NFL. And he he could come out swinging, but if not, a few years he'll be golden. Especially
some double teams, he'll do whatever you need.
It'll be good.
Yeah. All right, now the pick that made me the most sad in this first draft was Ashton Jeanty to the Raiders because
you want him in the Bears.
Well, there were so many things talking about his draft moving up, and then as soon as I saw that the Browns were trading their pick, I thought the Bears just traded away their whole future for the future Hall of Famer Ashton Jeanty, which in the end I'm happy they didn't because I still love the guy we got. But Ashton Jeanty to the Raiders, I like it. I don't think it was bad. They need a backfield. I do feel like they should have they easily could have addressed wide receiver more.
Well,
but this wide receiver class was so deep, but the running back class was so. I feel like either way, whether they went receiver and like maybe Tedroy and McMillan, or if they went Ashton Jeanty, it was a good pick.
Question: do you think he's the best skill position player in the draft?
Skill position,
running back, wide receiver, tight end, whatever. Like, do you think he's the best out of everybody?
That's a tough one. There's so many guys.
They're deep.
It's like this draft is so skill position. This draft was so skill position heavy. That's the issue. Like, you had so many tight ends. This wide receiver class was.
Is it the top end talent like last year?
So what you're asking is, should Ashton Jeanty have won the Heisman?
I think he should have. We
had
that talk.
Yes.
Because if you're saying that he's the best skill position in this draft, you're saying he's better than Travis Hunter, who won the Heisman.
He won the Heisman.
I think he should have won the Heisman over Travis. Okay. Ashton Jeanty's a better skill player. Travis Hunter is a better athlete. That's the way I put
Agreed.
it. Yeah. Travis Hunter he's a great player, but he's much more of an athlete than a player. Yeah. Because you're not going to have a guy that's not an athlete and can play two ways. Yeah. All year. So that's kind of the way I put it. That's kind of the best way for me to give my respects to both people. You know what I mean?
Otherwise, great pick by the Raiders.
Yeah. 7, the Jets. Armand Membao, tackle from Mizzou.
Grip. That's where I'm from, y'all. Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah, look at that. We got a
homeboy.
So I like the pick.
I
mean,
do too, man.
You just gave Justin Fields 2 years, $40 million. You got to protect him somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
That
and
guy will protect him. I can
Exactly,
tell you, I can tell you that right now. He'll protect him.
He is a massive human being.
It's huge.
He's one of the guys I expect to succeed very well at left tackle or right tackle,
For
wherever they
sure.
decide to have him.
For sure.
I think he was flipping between both. I think he played more right this past year. But either way, I see him doing well. I think Brees Hall and Braylon Allen up there will definitely be happy about having
For
a good
sure,
edge
for
protector
sure.
there.
Yep.
So yeah.
Good pick.
Number 8, Teteroy McMillan to the Panthers. I like this pick mainly because I like Bryce Young. I just want to see him succeed.
Yeah, for sure.
I still think the Panthers are dumb because they gave the Bears all that stuff in their trade. But, I want to see Bryce succeed because I feel bad for him because he got thrown into the fire. And, look at Baker Mayfield. He played at Penn State, got thrown into the fire, and then now he's succeeded. Now he's signing a 2-year, $50 million contract. So it's not the player, it's the organization.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. Him and Xavier Legette will make a good 1-2 punch.
And Teteroy McMillan was easily, I think, the best wide receiver in this draft. The next one went at 23, right? Was it the one to the Packers?
20. I think it was. Yeah, it was
Matthew
23.
Golden.
Yeah, Matthew Golden.
Yep.
Yeah, he went 23.
Oh no, Emeka Beku went at 19.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, Emeka Egbuka did go. Oh yeah, he went 19 to them. So yeah. Teteroy, I like that pick though.
Yeah, for sure.
It gives their offense a good explosiveness, and they just signed Hunter Renfrow just a few days ago. So
Good
gives
sign.
their offense a good 1-2 punch on the outsides where you can put Hunter on the slot. Now we got the Saints going to Kelvin Banks Jr. Some people find this very surprising.
Yep.
I did too. Lots of people did. There was a lot of talk about them and a
QB.
certain quarterback
QB
from
happen.
Colorado.
didn't happen.
He fell. Good job, Saints, because
Made the
you
right
dodged
decision.
a bullet.
Yes, you did.
Kelvin Banks, just like Armand Menval, what a freaking massive human being. That's really all you could say about
Yeah,
him.
bro.
3 linemen in the first 9 picks. That just tells you about this lineman class too.
Yeah.
Dogs.
I feel like every class was very evenly deep this year.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
not a lot of that, so it was a good draft. Good,
Except
fun,
for QB,
exciting
apparently.
draft. Well, there
There
were
were
still
only 5.
13. There were still 13 in the whole draft, though.
Yeah.
Thinking about because in the later rounds there were so many picked.
Yeah, there were.
Just because.
Just time after time.
Yeah. All right, next team, the
Your
Chicago
guy,
Bears.
yeah.
Colston Loveland from Michigan. People can hate all they want. I don't care. You give Ben Johnson a 6'4", 6'5" tight end that can run a 4.5. He's going to show you why you should not have let him take in that man. Okay, so yeah, league first 9 teams, you guys screwed up, and every other team behind the Bears, we know you were trying to trade for Colston Loveland. Too bad, so sad. You can't have.
Yep.
Him and Cole Kmet. I might buy a Colston Loveland jersey.
Yeah.
That'd be
Me
nice.
and Michael were talking about it all year because
I was shocked by
we
the
watched
pick.
Michigan and
Yeah. I like
he-
Michigan. I have no
Yeah,
problem with
yeah.
that team. I'm a Notre Dame fan first and foremost, but I like Michigan just as much as the people up north. So, but I love the pick. So it was a great pick. We got the Niners taking Michael Williams out of Georgia, the speedy edge rusher.
Oh,
That one's tough. He's nice. Him and Nick Bosa. Because
He did,
they don't really have much. They did just cut Javon Hargrave. They still have Javon Kinlaw on the inside, but
they've gotten rid of some D linemen.
I think the 49ers actually went all defensive this draft. I think Josh and I were
Mostly, yes.
looking at it. I think they might have drafted like 2 offensive dudes.
Yeah.
I think it was like out of all their picks, which was maybe like 7 or 8. I'm not exactly sure. I think they drafted almost all defensive guys.
They drafted 4.
They had some in the later rounds, but yeah, their
They
entire
drafted 4 offensive guys. 1, 2,
How many
3,
picks do they have?
4,
they got
5,
11 or 12.
Like 10, 11.
6, 7. They drafted 6 defensive guys, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So they had 11 picks, and about half of them were defense, but it was all like the first round.
Yeah, the first
It was
4
their
rounds were all
First 4
defensive
rounds, they drafted 6.
For sure.
So the 49ers were definitely addressing an issue and need, and that was definitely needed after the loss of Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga to the Broncos. So Also, word is that sadly, Mike Mustafa, the safety that was supposed to take over Talon Hufunga's spot in the strong safety position for the 49ers, there was word he did. I think he tore his quadricep in camp a few days ago, so he's not going to be ready till about halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Which if he doesn't make the injury reserve list, then he might not be able to play, which would be a big hit to them and a big hit for him because he was a later round draft guy. He came back last year. He came in last year and did show some people up after being about a 5th or 6th round pick. So, yeah.
Next, we got Tyler
Booker
to Cowboys. I heard a lot of people say this was like
this was a surprising pick. Yeah, Micah Parsons. I saw the video. He'll never see this, but I mean that's okay. I saw the video of his reaction after they drafted him. He literally went from smiles to no look on his face. So expect that man to leave Dallas very soon. I probably see it before the trade deadline.
Yeah,
because he's got to get signed. You're signing. You're giving Dak about $60 million a year. You just signed CeeDee Lamb and put him in purgatory there in Dallas because everyone knows Dallas sucks. I mean,
never want to play.
It's always hot, and obviously you can't see when you're catching the football because out of everything in that stadium, you don't know how to put up a pair of shades, and no one knows how to use a freaking compass to know. Oh, maybe like the east is gonna like set that way, so maybe we shouldn't put the giant glass wall right there.
Yeah.
And stop our own receivers from being able to catch a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, kind of found it a surprise. I expect them to go a different route, but it is what it is. There is talks, actually. There's very light talks about Jameson Williams being in trade talks with the Cowboys right now. So that's a little bit of I saw that earlier.
I don't think the Lions would even have to be a good package
for
the Lions to get
well, think about it. I mean, they picked up his 5th-year option. They're going to have to pay him. They're going to have to pay Hutchinson. They'll have to pay David Montgomery soon. Jared Goff's got 2 years left. They're gonna, not paying Jahmyr Gibbs.
I would rather.
You're gonna have all these guys. You got to pay massive amounts. I mean, you're not paying Aiden Hutchinson.
Maybe JMO is the.
So there's talks. JMO could be on the move, which would be a big hit to the Lions. Though.
I think he's their most dynamic weapon.
He's very versatile. Yeah. I like him there. He fits very well. I mean, I don't know how well he'll fit now without Ben Johnson, but we'll see. Not my problem.
Yeah. Next, we have Kenneth Grant to the Dolphins.
Yes, that was you got to make room for. I was kind of surprised too. Got to make room for the loss of Calais Campbell back to Arizona.
I was hearing before the draft that a lot of teams were high on him, so that's why he went pretty high. What do you think of him, Bus?
I mean, it makes me so happy that seeing all these D
linemen, dude.
D linemen get drafted.
Same team in the first 15. That's awesome, dude.
And that just shows you how good Michigan's defensive line coach is.
Just the whole defense is.
I mean, just that defense at Michigan and how hard they work and how persistent they are about getting their guys to the league.
Oh, yeah.
If that's your aspiration, if that's your dream, if that's what you want to do, then they make sure they get you to the league. And that it just shows, how many picks have come from Michigan so high in the first round of the draft.
Yeah, we're only 13 picks in. We already got 3 dudes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got 3 dudes just going already, and 2 of them on the defensive side of the ball, down in the dirt, just killing it. Tyler Warren to the Colts at 14. I love it, dude. I like it, man. Yeah. I like it a lot. I'm really hoping he succeeds well. I like the Bears' position on how they went with Colston, and the Colts are going with Tyler. I feel like Tyler will fit there well.
Dude, that guy's
that dude is insane.
He's like undersized, but he's freak.
Yeah, I saw like a I can't even think of the word, but I saw like something the other day where it said like the amount of snaps he took at different positions.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was like in his college career, it was like 1,500 at tight end, like 800 at receiver. He had like 500 snaps at running back.
Yeah, fullback.
Like running back and fullback. He had like 20 snaps at center.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. He even played some quarterback.
Yeah,
which can't blame you when Drew Howie's your quarterback at Penn State. All right, can we complete a pass in the playoffs to your receiver? Can you, Drew?
He's undersized, but
he's amazing. He's a dog,
dude,
beast.
He's gonna be something.
If Anthony Richardson can figure out how to stay healthy and
for sure
get something under the wraps, I think the Colts can have a good offense, dude. Jonathan Taylor, all their weapons on offense. Michael Pittman's even still there. Alec Pierce was crazy last year. He was good on the deep ball. So, yeah, they can be a good team. And on the defensive side of the ball for them with the addition of Travarius Ward over the offseason. So,
Yeah.
all right, now we got Jalen Walker to the Falcons, other linebacker. That dude's breakaway speed is insane. Watching him over the – dude, you put him at edge rusher, you put him at middle linebacker, you put him in pass coverage, you have him blitzing up the A-gap. Oh, I pray for the center or the guards that got to go against him because he is too quick.
Yeah.
You look – dude, you're looking up. If you're a center, dude, you're snapping the ball, getting right up. He's already behind you. It's his speed is insane. But, yeah.
You see his measurements, dude. I mean,
Oh, my gosh.
He's 6'1",
Bro, he's
243.
Yeah, bro. You know how insane that is?
243 pounds, and he's a linebacker. Do you know
You
how
should not be
buff
able to, yeah.
that dude is?
You should, and you should not be able to move the way he is when he's 240 pounds.
Ridiculous.
At
Like,
6'1".
you don't expect someone to be 6'1" to be 240. You're like, they probably got a little bit something. No, that boy is,
Chiseled.
bro,
for
it's
sure.
yeah.
crazy.
But him going to the Falcons, they obviously needed some edge pressure. Traded for Matthew Judon midway through the season, but everyone knows Matthew Judon just isn't the man he used to be.
They had a good first round too because
Yeah,
traded
I
up
mean,
for
they
James
got-
Pierce Jr.
Yeah,
later.
it's a very
That
some
pick was-
people don't. Some people like it. Some people don't. I mean, it really depends on how well James Pierce Jr.'s career plays out to see if the pick was.
They
worth it.
addressed a need though, which is
Yes, they definitely
obviously-
did because last year they should have done it, but they drafted Michael Penix, which whatever.
Next we have Walter Nolan.
To the Cardinals, I like that.
Big fella, another
Pair
big
him
fella.
up with Calais Campbell. I like it a lot. Put him under the wing of Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell going back to where it all started in the Red Sea. I like it a lot.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, great pick for them. Addressing the defensive need. Offense, they have the weapons with what they have with Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride. So. Next, we got Shamar Stewart going to the Bengals. They obviously addressed the need. They need literally any type of defensive player you can get. And so far, they have him and Trey Hendrickson with the loss of Sam Hubbard retiring over the year.
Yeah.
He needs help. I mean,
Yeah, Trey
Dude,
Hendrickson.
he's doing it all by himself
He
out
either
there.
wants out or he wants someone else to do it with him because it's not fun when you're having to do it all alone.
Yep.
Nor is it easy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good pick by the Bengals. Next, we got Gray Zabel going to the Seahawks up in the Pacific Northwest from North Dakota State. I can't personally say I know a lot about this guy. If I'm being honest, I literally did
We
not.
did see a lot about his
I mean-
quarterback.
Yeah, facts. When we were watching the draft and we saw his clips, I was paying more attention to his quarterback, dude. He was throwing some bombs. But yeah, props to that guy. He got drafted by the Raiders. Actually, I don't remember his name, but I don't remember. Good
Cam
for
something,
you, bro.
yeah.
Good
I
for
mean,
you.
Let's just talk about. You said he's from North Dakota State. I mean,
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's
dude.
North
FCS
Dakota
school.
State
Got
is-
FCS programs.
is
Yeah,
producing
facts. Yeah,
NFL players like it's nothing.
they got who they got the other Cody Malk from he played guard there. Now he's on the Buccaneers now. Good for them.
Like,
Good for North Dakota State.
Yeah.
Good showing out for all the smaller programs, schools that may not have that kind of money, NIL money nowadays. All that population,
Yeah.
just popularity, all that stuff. But good for them. Good for Gray. Good for the Seahawks. Good pick. Protect Sam Darnold. Next, a big shocker in this draft, Emeka Egbuka going to the Bucks at
Oh.
19.
stuff.
I like it a lot. I mean,
Gets to learn under Chris
dude,
Godwin and
gets
Mike Evans.
to learn under Chris Godwin, a great slot receiver who
Great.
sadly tore his ACL last year. But now the Bucks GM is saying that with the pickup of Emeka Egbuka, he's going to be able to learn under their two great receivers, Mike Evans, Hall of Fame worthy receiver,
For
reputation he's got under his belt. Chris Godwin, star-studded guy in the league, top free agent guy this past year, who then ended up signing and staying with the Bucks in Tampa. Yeah, but now Chris Godwin doesn't have to rush his recovery because we all know that's some of the worst stuff is when teams got guys that are rushing recovery. It's the worst.
I mean, that guy Mike Evans has been playing since like the year 2000. So.
Bro, it's like he's been playing for forever, man.
Yeah.
I swear. Like, dude, it's still 1,000 yards every year is insane.
It's outrageous.
I will never get over that. With all the quarterbacks he's had, like some inconsistent play up until about like 6 years ago, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because he had Tom, and then he just went straight to Baker. I mean,
Jameis and young Jameis days.
Jameis, I mean, that's not hard. When you go 30 for 30 and throw 4,500 yards, that's not hard to
Yeah.
understand that you're number one getting at least 1,000.
Yeah.
But like guys like I don't even know, dude. Like just some of the guys
I remember,
they threw in,
there was
dude.
no names.
There was some guys that were just thrown in there
It was
just to
bad.
start games.
Yeah.
Next we got Jahdae Barron going to the Broncos
This
over there
was-
in the AFC West.
I was a little surprised.
I was a little surprised, but I guess like thinking about it, after that big loss against Cincinnati late in the season
Yeah.
for the playoffs, it definitely did hurt because Marvin Mims is a great player. Oh wait, I'm thinking about the offense. My bad. But like whenever you got to guard
That's okay.
yeah, whenever you got to guard guys like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase in the same game, you're going to have another
Yeah.
lockdown guy on the other side to guard one of them because, PS2 is locking up Jamar and chasing him all game. All right? But now you got a guy like Jahdae Barron to go chase T. Higgins, or if you trust him enough, at some point in this league, he's going to be able to guard guys like that. Jamar Chase on the outside. So I think it was a great need, great addition by them.
Was he the best corner on the board, though?
Huh?
Was he the best corner on the board, though? That's the thing.
Well,
Will Johnson slipped. So
Will Johnson slipped Jahdae Barron. I feel like Will Johnson's a better man corner. Jahdae's maybe better zone. So I feel
true corner,
yeah,
exactly.
I feel like Will Johnson is a better. He's better at playing some man-to-man play. He's better at following the number one around. He's kind of like PS2 now. And then they still have the first coming of the white corner, Riley Moss, in the slot. So they're doing good now. And then they got Talanoa Hufanga over the offseason. I actually don't know who their free safety is, though. But that's the point about the Broncos defense. You don't know who's killing you, but they're killing you.
Yeah, they got defense. Derek Harmon's up next to Pittsburgh.
Go to the Pittsburgh
An-
Steelers.
another
line
defensive
up next
tackle.
to T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Line up next to
This is another.
Alex Highsmith and
Yeah.
Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward's definitely
This
going
is
to
another
retire
team
soon.
that needed a quarterback and skipped on the guy we're talking about.
Yeah, I still don't know who's going to play quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe I should give Mike a call myself. Maybe
You might
I'll
let him
take a
play.
10-day. I don't care what it is, dude. Any kind of money
Yeah.
that they'd be throwing out is still life changing.
Another big fella. Bus, what do you think, man?
Dude.
Beautiful, dude.
Oregon,
He was.
we all know the story of what happened to Oregon this season. Going undefeated and then
getting their butts
their
kicked.
tails whooped in the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
this guy producing all year long. And it's fun, it's fun when you're playing on a winning team. It makes everything so much easier, especially from the defensive line perspective. It makes everything so much easier. And so, that guy was able to put some stuff on tape this year.
Yeah,
to
show
really
him what he's about.
To really solidify him in the draft. So I think it's a good choice by them.
Good for Derek. Good for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now we have Amarian Hampton to the Chargers.
I was very shocked by this pick, personally.
He's a dog, though.
I didn't understand it because, they did just pay Najee. They only got Najee on a 1 year, I think. Maybe?
I think it's 2.
Okay. Well, I don't really remember what happened, but Najee's there. But, yeah, I guess I like it. I feel like they maybe could have drafted Matthew Golden because
Jim Harbaugh loves to run the football.
I know he does,
And
but I feel like
Amarian Hampton,
to keep your guy just in there, I feel like you got Ladd last year, and he was such a great pick.
More wide
Then
receiver
again,
help
you know what?
now.
They did draft Trey Harris later, and they drafted Ladd McConkey in the 3rd round. Look at what Ladd just did.
That's
So
dog.
maybe they know something I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Amarian Hampton, that dude is actually huge. I thought he was 5'10". No, he's the size of Derrick Henry. That's not an exaggeration. He's actually 6'1", 6'2".
Big guy.
He's actually, I think his bicep is the size of my head. He is a massive human being. I saw a picture of him. I thought, I didn't even know. But yeah, I really wish I could have seen him under Bill Belichick's offense in 1 year in North Carolina. But, it's all good. He would have killed.
Bill Belichick.
He would have killed that offense. Oh, Bill Belichick would have been like, give Hampton the rock.
Yeah, thanks. Matthew
Next.
Golden.
Dude, first time since 2002 the Packers decide to draft a receiver in the 1st round. It doesn't matter because Jalen Johnson is locking that stuff down. I don't really care. Matthew Golden. Also, you're wearing number 22. What the heck is wrong with you, bro?
Bias
That's
Bears
a
fan over here.
disgusting.
This guy hates the Packers.
Yeah.
So.
Just
Well,
the
they
biased
hate
Bears
Bears
fan.
fan. Okay, you can't tell me 22 would look good on a receiver.
No, it doesn't. You're
Would 22 look good on a receiver? Like, dude, that's awful. 22, I don't understand it. People are saying that's a cool number for the understanding. I don't know if it means like because he went 23rd, if he's saying like 22 people aren't better than me.
Who's that
But I'm
one
pretty
guy?
sure
Is it
the
Amon Ra that knows like every single wide receiver that got picked before him or something
Yes,
like that?
Amon-Ra St. Brown can name every receiver, every pick, every round who was drafted before him,
Yeah.
which, I mean, hats off to him, but he's also shown why he should have been picked before all those guys.
Absolute.
I mean, I don't exactly know who was drafted then, but I feel like most of those guys shouldn't have been drafted
Yeah.
before him. But, I mean, you never know. You never know. So, I mean, Tom Brady was drafted in round 7. So,
Yeah.
you know. Next, we got Donovan Jackson, guard from Ohio State, going to the Vikings.
Solid pick. Solid pick. I mean,
They just
nothing
need alignment.
flashy.
They just need alignment. Nothing flashy.
Yeah.
Got to protect your young QB that you have.
Yep, for sure.
Now, great freaking pick. Jim Show and Brian Dayball taking Jackson freaking Dart from Ole Miss.
What a
Dude,
steal.
I love this. What a steal. First of all, he was the best quarterback in the draft, in my opinion. That's my opinion on it. I think he was great. I mean, I loved him. He's an amazing player. Jackson Dart.
One of our favorite guys out of
Dude,
college.
he is great. He is great. I like him a lot at QB. I like to team up with him and Malik Neighbors and Tyrone Tracy him and Tyrone Tracy in the backfield. Him and Malik Neighbors
Just
teaming up. I think it'll be very good. And even just Sterling Shepard. I think it'll prove very well for their offense in a few years. Now, another big story, another trade, back-to-back trades. The Rams trading the 26th pick to the Falcons. I think the Rams made a good decision because to get Stafford, they traded away 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And they're still hurting from that. So you need first-round picks. They got another first-round pick from next year. So they have 2 firsts next year already. So you got draft capital for a year ahead. James Pierce Jr. to the Falcons. It really depends on how his career pans out to see if this pick was worth it for them.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good pick.
What do you think of him as an edge?
You got him.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch much of this guy, but let me see.
I mean, at the start of the year,
So,
he was top 5 talent they were projecting.
Yeah,
but
I do remember that.
no one expected Abdul Carter to do the things he did.
He's 6'5",
And more.
245 pounds, and he's running a sub 4.5. You
That's
know how
ridiculous.
fast that is? Bro?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's
Fast and that stride.
He had the quickest 10-yard split. I mean, that just shows how fast he is.
That's like Von Miller-esque type stuff right there.
As a defensive lineman, especially a defensive end, like going against these tackles that are huge. Like we're talking about these DNs being 6'5", but we're talking about these tackles
being like
6'8",
6'8",
bro.
dude. 6'8", 325 pounds. Like,
big.
what do you do against a human being like that?
Yeah, and stuff like that. And it's him being that fast with the fastest split.
With that, dude, he's gonna
get off.
Oof. Daniil Hunter type stuff right there.
If he can have that consistent get off against these tackles in the pass rush, dude, I think he'll be just fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next we got Malachi Starks going to the Ravens, the safety out of Georgia. Him and Kyle Hamilton are going to eat.
I love this pick
in the AFC North.
I had Malachi Starks as one of the best defensive players in the draft.
I had him as the best safety.
He's, I think, not exactly like Kyle Hamilton, but he's more of a hard-hitting guy. Kyle will guard whoever you want him to.
They're both the same player, I feel like. Kyle. Well, think about
nasty.
Kyle. Kyle was. I mean, okay, I have bias because Kyle Hamilton did play at Notre Dame. So, yes, I can say that. But, like, seeing him even in the NFL, I don't really care for the Ravens much. But I still watch him, and I like Roquan Smith. So I'm watching them, and I'm mainly paying attention to them, not the whole team. But Kyle Hamilton, I mean, I saw him make some crazy plays. His breakaway speed at the size he is, he's 6'3", 6'4", as a safety, 220.
Big guy.
Like, you got, like, I don't even know how to explain it. You got freaking just a tiny Fred Warner back there.
Pretty much.
Like, that's literally what you have, and now you have 2 of them.
Faster.
So, yeah, you got another one who's just a little bit faster. So, AFC North, pray. Luckily, the Steelers did trade for DK Metcalf because they're going to need a big dude out there.
How do you feel about these guys going against your Chiefs, man?
Yeah, facts. That's going to be a big – you guys don't have huge receiving threats.
Yeah.
Because, Xavier Worthy, he's still shoot. right now you weigh as much as Xavier Worthy, bro. So
That's fair.
I'm sorry, but if you went 1-on-1 against Kyle Hamilton or Malachi Starks,
I'm
I think I'm putting
scared.
putting everything I own on them.
Chiefs will definitely have a scheme. Like I said, I love this pick for Baltimore, so it does make me a little scared of
And with the
moving
way
the ball,
Kyle
but-
Hamilton and Malachi Starks can guard, I mean, Trav is obviously a very savvy guy, but he's definitely getting in the back half of his career.
And we won't have to play these guys in the playoffs till the divisional round or the conference championship, which we always get there, so we'll get there.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
You never know.
I mean, dude,
7 years, buddy.
these guys. Let's just talk about their defense. The Ravens' defense the past few years has just been
Facts.
amazing.
Lockdown, and now you got even losing Patrick Queen last year, they got what's his name? I don't remember his name, but he's I know him because I was watching a Madden YouTuber one time, and then I ended up finding out he plays for the Ravens, and now he's a starter on the Ravens next to Roquan Smith. So hats off to that guy. But yeah, I think he's like number 23 or something on the Ravens. He plays linebacker. But yeah, they got them. Their D line is always astounding.
Solid.
Always.
Yeah, Matabuike,
Pierce.
Michael Pierce. That dude's freaking huge. Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah.
They got any other guys on the edge? They got any other?
Somebody I can't think
Oh,
of.
they do.
They kind of.
do.
I feel like every year they trade, dude. Like they just kind of throw a different guy in out of free.
For sure.
Like they after Matt Judon, it kind of just like they were going like Zadarius Smith,
Mhm.
just throwing guys in there. Honestly.
Next we have Tyleek Williams. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah,
Another
that's how you say his
defensive
name,
tackle.
bro. That's how you
I
say
mean,
his freaking name.
It's like 6 or 7 defensive tackles. In the
I'm
first
scared
round.
of this pick, bro. I mean, I like Joe Tooney and Drew Dahlman, but
Big fella.
Tyleek Williams is
Big
a
fella.
monster.
Yeah.
And lining him next to Aleem McNeil and Aiden Hutchinson, all they got to do is get another edge rusher in. They got a top 5 D line in the league. I think
toast.
Tyleek Williams is going to be a great player. I mean, he was dominant, great run stopper.
That Ohio State D line this year was crazy.
Yeah, I mean
we
JT
love both
Tuimoloau.
the edge guys.
Yeah, I don't like Ohio State a lot, but I like their D line.
Jack
Yeah,
Sawyer.
Tyleek Williams, Jack Sawyer, JT Tuimoloau.
Yeah.
Jack Sawyer he's dog. He's that kind of power rusher I like. That was
He's
he
like
was
a
nice.
true defensive end.
Yes, dude. He was a true defensive end. He can plug up the D gap for you if you need.
Mhm.
Yeah. Next we got a tackle from Oregon, Josh Connerly. I literally have no idea what this is.
Not a clue.
I have no idea.
He's
What
a
it,
first round
obviously, he did a good job because Dylan Gabriel is throwing a lot of touchdowns, running a lot of
Yeah.
touchdowns. So good for him.
He had the fastest 10-yard split. It was O-line.
Dang.
1.71.
Dang. All right. Hey, Josh
Big time
Connerly,
move.
good for you, bro.
Yep. Alright.
Maxwell Hairston,
Yep.
Kentucky DB, going to the Bills. I saw a heartwarming story about this guy. Every guy that got drafted before him, he dapped him up. He told him good job.
That was awesome.
He gave him the respect, and then seeing him get picked up, that was awesome.
It says
I don't think he was the best corner.
Michael.
I also didn't watch Maxwell Hairston
It says
play.
here he ran a 4.28 at 40-yard combine.
Fastest.
All right, I take everything back I just said about this guy.
He's a dog. 4.28.
I don't think
corner.
anyone's running past this guy. I'm be honest with you. You can line anybody. I mean, no one in the AFC East at least.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs is just old now. He's going to be lining up in the slot mainly.
Yeah.
No one in the AFC East is getting past this guy. But yeah, good
pick. Hey,
great
good
for
pick
him.
corner.
Good pick for the
They
Bills.
needed a corner.
They need a corner. Yeah.
Ooh, this pick for the Eagles though. They traded up with the Chiefs, which I don't know why, but Chiefs,
Hey, it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. We still got the guy we wanted.
Jihad Campbell, Alabama linebacker,
Dog.
another great player.
Another Alabama linebacker.
Every starter actually from the Eagles came from Georgia or Alabama.
They have 15.
What?
Yeah, I'm being
it's
serious.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, you seen the little like designs where it spells Eagles, but the A in Eagles is the Alabama logo
Yeah.
and the G is the Georgia logo.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
They have like 15 of their
Yeah.
22
Yeah.
stars.
15 of their 22 starters are
Georgia
Alabama
on the
or
team?
Georgia alone.
Yes.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. They just go after Alabama and Georgia players.
Yeah.
That's all they ever do.
Those guys,
Won them a
those
Super Bowl. Obviously, they're doing
Yeah.
something right.
Their programs produce, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then
let's
last,
talk about your team, man. Let's
talk about the Chiefs. Josh Simmons. You
Do
know,
you,
he's
do, you
a
have
Ohio
any,
State guy.
do you have any idea about this guy? Be honest.
Oh,
Be honest.
I looked it up as soon as he got drafted.
Okay,
I
did
found
you have
out.
any idea before you got drafted?
No.
Okay, yeah,
Well-
that's what I thought. He's a tackle. So.
I think he's. I mean, it says here he's a top 3 guy at the position. He had some injury problems his senior year, so a little of that. But he's going to compete for a starting tackle position. I think he should start over Juwan Taylor or whoever our left tackle is. I don't know who that's going to be yet. But hey, if he didn't give up a sack in his college career. So
for him,
but he is also very penalty prone.
You guys don't need another one of those.
well, we already have plenty of those.
Jawan Taylor 2.0, baby.
Hey, I mean,
it's okay. They're Chiefs.
as long as he doesn't line up the wrong way along the belt or whatever, we'll be fine. I think. I don't know.
So I mean,
you should teach your other one.
This 2025 NFL draft first round has just been great.
Lots of great picks in the second rounds. All these other rounds. I mean, we're not going to go fully over them, but there was a bunch. Like
any good picks that you think, Michael?
Nick Emenwari, safety from South Carolina,
Great
went
pick.
to the Seahawks. Quinshon Judkins to the Browns, obviously. Travion Henderson to the Patriots. Did not expect that one.
Yep.
A little upset. Not as upset after seeing that Luther Burden, the freaking third.
You're just gonna be so happy to have him in your core, man.
Yeah, I am, bro.
Because you know where Luther Burden's from?
He from Columbia, baby.
Crib.
Dude.
He's from Mizzou, Luther Burden.
Yeah.
Played ball at East St. Louis High School,
Yes,
so
he
he's a
did.
hometown boy. Boy. I love it. He's literally going to be JMO 2.0.
Bro, he's gonna be a dog for you.
But
He's gonna be a dog for you.
dude, oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna start watching Bears football
Bro,
just
dude.
to watch him, bro.
Hey, see, look, bro, dude. I mean, my friend already said he's buying a Bears jersey because no matter where Luther Burden went, he's buying a jersey,
Yep.
unless it was the Bengals because he hates the Bengals.
Yep.
But I mean, he went to the Bears, which is I low key didn't expect
Yep.
it. I was lifting in the middle of the draft, and
Yep. We watched it.
I called my mother immediately. That's what I did. 'Cause-
You guys needed that.
Yeah,
You
for sure.
guys
Dude,
needed
it's
a wide
great,
receiver
dude.
like
A
that.
great slot guy because Rome is big. DJ's going to be on the outside.
Yep.
Yeah. Nothing
Tyler
much
Shaw.
really next. Yeah.
Tyler Shaw.
He went to
This
Louisville.
is such an interesting guy for me because
Yeah.
he only played 20 college games.
He
He's
played a lot of games.
25.
He was on Oregon when Justin Herbert was on Oregon.
It's
just to put that in
ridiculous how
perspective.
old this dude is and has much
Just
experience.
he doesn't matter.
But who they picked? They picked that guy over that other guy.
Over
Yep.
Shador.
Shador
I would rather have
Sanders.
had Shador.
That's fair.
Big pick. I love this pick the way they announced it for the Cardinals. Patrick Peterson came out, got to announce the pick, and it was Will Johnson going to the
Great
Cardinals.
pick.
I love it. We get to see a new Will Johnson versus Marvin Harrison
Yep.
on the same team now.
Yep.
Former guy, opponents in college. Patrick Peterson now gets to call a successor up to the stand, come get drafted. I love it. It was awesome, dude. It was cool to see.
Great pick.
Benjamin Morrison, another Notre Dame guy, went to the Buccaneers. I love that guy. We would have won the national championship if he didn't tear his ACL.
Yeah. Mike Green.
Mike Green, I don't know
Baltimore.
how he fell so far
That's a
to
great pick.
Baltimore.
Marshall.
Hey, wait, there's the other edge guy.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. He led the NCAA in sacks, right? With
Yeah,
17.
yeah. At Marshall. I mean, look at all these programs showing out for him.
Harold Fanning starting to turn around. Great pick for the Browns.
Yeah, Harold Fanning, staying in Ohio. That was great for them. Definitely good for the Browns to address.
Jalen Milroe to Seattle. We
Jalen
love
Milroe.
that pick.
I like that pick a
I like
lot
that pick.
because I really
I
don't
was
plan on-
surprised that he went in the third round.
I was too.
Yeah,
I
it was a
expected him
little
to go
early.
2. I'm not gonna lie.
Your second round?
I expected him to go 2.
I did too.
Well,
I
a
expected
lot
him
of
to go
the QBs
too.
draft.
I was surprised the Saints passed on him. Honestly,
Yeah, well, I think he fits perfectly in Seattle and what they want to do.
and the Texans got
I
both
agree.
those Iowa State guys, Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel.
Yeah.
So good for them to fill their need of receiver
Yeah.
with the loss of Diggs and Tank Dell still recovering.
Cam Scatterbo to start the fourth.
Yeah.
for-
Hey,
Caleb
he
Johnson
deserves
to the
that,
Steel. Caleb Johnson to the
Ooh,
Steelers.
that was a good one too.
Savion Williams drafted with the Packers, so they're actually realizing
Yeah.
maybe we should draft receivers. That's kind of a
Pittsburgh got
Oh,
Jack Sawyer.
you missed
dude.
Dylan Gabriel going to
Oh,
the Browns.
That's in the third round, isn't it? I did forget
Dylan
about that
Gabriel
one.
went to the Browns.
Jack Sawyer on the Steelers.
Jack
Dude,
Sawyer.
he fell way too low.
He did.
But
Jack Sawyer.
him and TJ Watt are gonna wreak havoc, dude.
Dude, that
And,
D-line.
Oh.
Highsmith?
Yeah, Highsmith. You got Nick Herbig and Patrick Queen.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, they
That-
got a freaking defense right there.
They've always had
They've
a
always
They
defense.
just
had a
need some. They
defense.
just need some solid corners. I feel like, and they could have a really. They could have like a 18 points
Yeah.
per game defense right there.
They
Yeah.
need a quarterback.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Defense wins championships. Offense
Yeah.
wins games.
Dylan
If the other team
Sampson,
can't score, you got to find a way to score.
Dylan
Yeah, Dylan
Sampson.
Sampson.
another This is where we thought the Browns draft was interesting. They get 2 running backs, the 3rd and 4th round.
Yeah, they drafted
And
Quinshon
then-
Judkins which I'm not upset with.
Yeah, it's not.
Gunnar Helm went to the Titans.
Yes.
I like that for Cam Ward.
Yo,
Trevor Etienne, Travis's brother, he
Good
went
pick.
to
good pick.
the Panthers. That's the
Yeah.
team I'm thinking of.
All right, Michael.
Dylan Sampson, all
We
this other crap.
We should get
Bunch
to
of
the
people I
pick.
have no-
We should get to the pick, dude.
The pick. Everyone knows round 5, pick 144. Shedeur Sanders gets selected, quarterback from Colorado, to the Cleveland Browns.
Falls about 140 spots.
Yeah, he fell way farther than
To a
everyone thought.
team that has a
Quarterback
room that's full.
Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur
Who
Sanders.
is starting on that team?
If you don't tell me that's a Super Bowl, if you tell me that's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback room, I'd call you crazy because I think it's a Super Bowl winning QB
Hey, who
room.
starts on that team this year? Joe Flacco, we said.
I think Joe Flacco needs to start because you're
Yeah.
not going to trust the guy you drafted in the 3rd or 5th round
But obviously, this is one of the biggest draft falls, I think, ever.
of all time.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Like, no one expected him to go day 3.
Nope.
I mean, it was
yeah.
everybody was so hit big on him. But
Yeah.
that's the NFL for you. Draft, great weekend. I mean, we had so much fun watching it.
Mhm.
Bust, you have fun watching it.
I think it was
I
great.
mean, I honestly stopped watching as soon as Shedeur was drafted. But
I didn't pay attention much to Browns 5, 6, and 7. I kind of
Yeah.
just paid attention to who was getting drafted. Yeah. Oh, Xavier Watts, my favorite safety.
Notre
Only
Dame
because-
guy.
Yeah, he went to Notre Dame. Oh, Jimmy Horn Jr., the wide receiver from Colorado. His father, who was incarcerated a little bit, I think it was last year. He is now teaming up with his cousin J.C. Horn. They're on the Panthers together, so it'll be fun to see them go at it in practice. To team up with Tedroy McMillan and Xavier Legette.
Yep.
So good for them. Yeah. That's
Is
pretty much. Whoa, who the heck? Aeneas Peebles. Sorry, just kind of saw that. Aeneas Peebles guy went to the Ravens. Good for Aeneas
Yep.
Peebles. I have
All
no
right.
idea who that guy is. That was
Let's get to the
That's pretty
NBA,
funny.
Michael. Let's get to the
all
NBA.
right. NBA time, fellas. All right, let's go. All right, so where do we want to start?
Let's start the sweeps. The sweeps: Cleveland, OKC.
Yeah, Cleveland,
happen.
OKC. I mean, just
Easily the
absolute
2 better teams.
domination by both teams.
Ja got hurt. Didn't help Memphis at all.
Yeah, Ja was saying, if I wouldn't have gotten hurt, I would have figured him out. Maybe you should have relayed that to the rest of your team. All right, maybe you still would be in it, but
Both teams had one of the biggest lopsided
biggest
games
point
I've
point
ever seen in a
differentials
playoff game
of all time. I mean, it's of all
Like-
time. It's anyone has seen. So
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Miami sucked.
well, Miami does suck.
Yeah.
But
What has been your favorite series, Michael?
my favorite series, dude.
So far.
I mean, like,
Just
what are we
in
going
general.
off here? Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm loving this Timberwolves series, man, because
I mean,
I freaking hate Luka. Because, gosh dang it, that foul baiting dude sucks. But I also like the Pistons because they just tied up the series last night,
Yeah.
which I love because I
It's
want Detroit
series-
basketball.
All the playoff series.
I also just
Very
love
physical.
Cade Cunningham. He's one of my favorite players in the
Physical.
league.
There's been a lot of smack talk.
They almost canceled Game 4 because they started
It's-
fights when it was 3-1.
It is crazy. What have you been watching, Bus? What have you been up to?
dude, I'm loving this Rockets Warriors
That's a good one too, bro. Dude,
series.
hey, Batman and Robin, and then you got Buddy Hield, who's Alfred, and then just talking, he's like, I had to step in, I had to be Alfred. Jimmy and Buddy Hield, I love their little friendly beef they got on their team, dude. Jimmy Butler in his press conference. Yo, I'm not gonna give props to Buddy Hield, but that number 7 guy on our team, he's pretty good. I like that, dude. It's a bunch of friendly banter. Jimmy Butler was also seen clapping and smiling and cheering after the Heat got swept. So definitely some bad blood against those two teams. But
I have to mention Boston.
Boston kind of just
We said 5 when we were breaking predictions.
I expected it. I'm really not surprised. Kind of just a quiet series. You see it happening. Kind of something you don't pay much attention to.
What do we think in this Cavs
Pacers.
Pacers series?
I've been saying 6.
6 or 7,
who?
but I still
For
think
the,
Cavs.
I think the Cavs will still take it. I feel like the Pacers, they have a good offense. The Cavs have a better scoring. The Cavs are just, I feel like
better both ways.
the Cavs are literally just a better Pacers team.
Yeah, better
It's
defensively.
literally the same team, just a better team.
Yeah, for sure.
in both ways. And it's
Yeah.
not like it's a way better. It's
I will say,
very similar.
I will say, Darius Scarlett when is Darius Scarlett getting back? Because he's been hurt.
That's true. That is a
He has been
big.
hurt.
That is a big thing.
I think that defensively the Cavs are better, way better.
Yeah,
Oh, for
way
sure.
better defensively. It also helps when you have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen.
Dude,
you got two
just
dudes like
the
that.
Twin Towers.
You can't
Exactly.
score in town.
Absolutely killing them
Yeah.
right now.
And like you have guys on the Pacers that can shoot lights out, but at the same
Like
time,
Halliburton can either shoot 4 for 21 or he's killing you with 35 and 7 threes. So he's going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably my favorite series has been that Nuggets Clippers series, dude.
That's been a really good series. Aaron Gordon, your fingertips were on the ball. You'll never see this, but your fingertips were on the ball,
Kawhi
bro.
is back, y'all. He's back in the playoffs.
I said this yesterday with Josh. I don't know who the athletic trainer is in Los Angeles that's helping with Kawhi's knee, but he needs, first of all, he needs a raise. Second of all, you need to give him his dream car, whatever he wants. Third of all, he needs to be the athletic trainer for the whole league. Because if I went up to someone and said, Kawhi dropped 35 points on 91% shooting, you think I live in the year 2013 whenever when did he beat
2014.
LeBron? When did he beat LeBron?
2014.
2014. You think I'm talking about 2014, 11 years ago when he's beating LeBron his rookie year.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm talking about 2025 and Kawhi is over the age of 30. And James Harden is going ballistic. Zubac, Josh, and I, we love that man at center.
Such a good.
Dude.
Norman
great
Powell,
center.
good for him. He's setting up a career year. He played over 60 games, best in his career. Good for him. Love to see guys making a jump like that just midway
For
through
sure.
their
I
career.
want to. I don't know. I'm not sure that the Clippers are going to be able to do it, but I want them to beat the Nuggets and go. And
Yes.
continue.
See, Michael's
Okay,
conflicted here.
I'm conflicted. I love James Harden and I love Kawhi. And I like the Clippers more than the Nuggets. But
He's more
as an
scared.
OKC fan, we're playing the winner of this series. I don't want to play the Clippers.
Why?
Because, bro, what do you mean why?
Kawhi, James Harden,
Bro,
Zubac,
Kawhi
Powell.
rookie Kawhi
Chris Dunn.
had prime LeBron James on the Heat, turning around, looking at the free throw line going, bro, rookie Kawhi. If rookie Kawhi is doing that, what's year 13 Kawhi doing, bro? Like, he's locking up Shea. He's going to lock up someone. Like, I'm afraid of that man. He is literally like the Terminator, bro. He
Yeah.
does not age.
You want to see? So you want to see?
I'd rather
Russ
play.
go
I'd
back
rather
to
play
OKC?
Jokic throwing the ball behind his head because the rest of the Nuggets are not smart enough to know that when he's going to do that.
Playoff Jamal, though.
You want to see? You want
Playoff
see
Jamal, playoff Jamal. All right. OKC, KFC, UFC. Done it in 5. I don't
You
care.
want to see? You want to see Russ go back to OKC?
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's
He would-
James Harden in
he'd
OKC or Russ in OKC. I love Russ. I
You would
mean,
be happy when he scored against OKC.
Yeah, if he dropped a 35-point game, I think I'd actually be happy.
Who do you think is going to be in the conference finals for both sides?
Eastern Conference, I think it's easy to tell. I think it's the Celtics, Pacers. I mean, Celtics, Cavs. I'm being honest
Yeah,
with you.
I agree.
The Knicks didn't beat the Celtics, the Cavs, or the Thunder. They
Yeah.
went 0-10 against them all year.
What's your thoughts, Bus? Do you agree with that?
I think it's going to be Cavs Celtics, and then I think it's going to be Thunder and.
It's interesting. Who do you have between these two teams? Because they're probably. I don't think the Rockets or Lakers are coming back. So, T-Wolves, Warriors.
It's T-Wolves Warriors. Do you think Ant can take down?
Jimmy and Steph.
Last year he took down Jokic.
This year he's taking
Last
down
year he took. Well, okay, think about it. I think this could be just like last year. He took down a dominant older guy in the league in KD. Now this year he's taking down LeBron. He might take him down tonight. They play tonight actually.
Yeah.
So this might be the end. And wait, is this game 5?
Yeah.
They're in Minnesota, aren't they?
Minnesota in 5.
Wait, are they in Minnesota?
No.
Oh no, they're in LA. Ant don't want to win in Minnesota anyways. I mean, look at what he told the guys in last year against Denver. I'll see y'all back for Game 7.
Yo.
What did he do? He saw them back for Game 7 and beat them in Denver. He'd rather beat them in LA because screw the Lakers.
Yo.
I think if you give Steph Curry and them that if they get to the conference finals, I
I don't want to talk about that.
I think they'll beat Shea.
They will. They will. I'm not disagreeing with that at all because I think that because I know they will. I still don't think the Thunder win the finals.
I think if the Warriors win against the Timberwolves, then they're going to go to the finals. And I think that if the Timberwolves win, then the Timberwolves are going to
lose to the Thunder.
I agree with that. I feel like if the Timberwolves, I think Game 1 will be the biggest tell.
For sure.
Whoever wins Game 1 of that series wins the series. I feel like that is the biggest.
Well, I also feel like
because it's in Minnesota.
Yes, I feel like that series, if it goes down, it's going to go 1-1 in Minnesota, and I think Minnesota has to take a game in Golden State because if they don't,
easily do. Because if they don't, if they go down,
that's
exactly
ridiculous.
that's the issue, dude.
Golden State, Steph in. Oh my goodness.
Golden State, Jimmy will be back. Jimmy's back tonight.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have Jimmy. If Buddy's shooting like he's been shooting the past 2 games.
Brandon Pajemski been cooking. I mean.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. I low-key hated on you first start of the year.
He been a dog. Yeah,
you're insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm afraid of the Warriors.
Yeah. I still love this Cleveland Boston series. I think this series could go 7. And I don't know who I have.
Boston Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
I think it could.
But who would you have in that series? Like, I'm trying to think. If Boston plays what Boston can, I think it's Boston's series.
I think they do. Yeah.
I think they're. I don't know if they're deep.
I don't know, dude. It's really comes down to do you like? I think the thing that comes down to it. Do you like Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, or do you like?
He's been hurt though.
Exactly.
But he'll be back at that point.
Yeah. But or do you like Evan Mobley and Jared Allen more?
You know what?
Those are the 2 biggest tells.
I like Cavs Warriors.
Oh, that'd
be tough.
That'd be
tough, dude.
No LeBron?
Okay. I would not be upset with the Cavs.
LeBron watching from Cancun.
I would love
LeBron would go to the games, be cheering on. He'd be like, "Hey, yo, that used to be me." And then Bronny's be like, "Yeah, I know, Dad." Stuff like that.
I remember.
Bro, what would it be like if the Cavs and the Warriors went to the finals and LeBron was at the games watching?
Yeah, he'd be at Golden State because he lives in LA. Probably.
I don't think he would do that though.
You don't think he'd show up?
No,
yeah, you're right.
He would not show up in person because
he'd get so much. Yeah,
he'd get so much attention.
Yeah,
I think
he'd be like,
okay, no. He would show up to the games in Cleveland. He would not show up to the games in California. He shows up to at least 1 game in Cleveland. Wait, you got 4 games in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You think that
he would show up to at least one of them?
You think if it's an elimination game in Cleveland, he'll show up to that game?
Yes.
Okay, you think if it's a game 7 in Cleveland?
Oh, easily.
Yeah,
if it's going to game 7, it's in Cleveland because they're the 1 seed and Golden State's 7.
See,
so you only get 3 games in Golden State.
This is why I love Golden State so much. I think they have really good chances. Like if they go play, because they're going to Houston tonight. I think with that game, when they play Minnesota, I think they could win that. They could win in OKC. They could win in wherever. I think they are one of the best road playoff team wins, and it's so hard to play at Oracle. That's why I think they can go far. Because they're only a 7 seed, but
it's because they have so much experience. Bro.
Exactly.
They know how to win.
Draymond's gonna do his Draymond shenanigans.
You got to think about it though. They're a 7 seed who went 15 games over 500.
I mean, the West was stacked this year.
I mean, the Memphis Grizzlies were the 8 seed and they were 14 games over 500.
It was ridiculous.
So, yeah, for once the West seed actually dominated the East. Which doesn't happen very often.
Remember the stat I showed you yesterday with LeBron and Curry?
Yeah, LeBron is
42 and 53.
42 and 53 since joining the Lakers. So, in 5 or 6 years he's been on the Lakers.
Yes.
He's 42 and 53 in games against Western Conference playoff teams. Steph, all time in his career, is 80 and 36?
80 and 36.
80 and 36 against Western playoff teams in games. He has won 80 games and only lost 36.
So LeBron having trouble against the West.
If that doesn't show that he's literally the best point guard of all time, I don't know what does.
Well, okay, there's the GOAT debate. What is he if he wins another ring?
Who, Steph?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Is he?
Bro, he's not the GOAT.
No, he wouldn't be
the GOAT.
He wouldn't be the
GOAT.
GOAT
to me.
No. I think he's like a top 3 player of all time.
Top 3? So you think it'd be him, MJ, and LeBron?
I think he's
those
the 3
guys.
I think he might pass Kareem. I don't know what you think.
Nah, I think he'd be top 5.
Top 5.
I don't know if he'd be top 3.
I think he's in conversation for top 3. I don't know if
yeah, you'd have some uncomfortable conversations. There'd be people with good points and people with.
Let's talk about it. What if LeBron pulls a 2016
against the T-Wolves?
No, it was 20. What if he pulls a 2016?
Goes 3-1, wins it?
3-1.
And then beats the Warriors.
What year was that? Was it 2016?
2016.
It was 2016. Yeah.
I mean, it is the first round, but What if he pulls a 2016 Braun at 40?
If LeBron does it, I will always forever call LeBron better than Michael Jordan.
Even though it's the first
I will
round?
shake up. I do not care.
Even
If
if it's the
LeBron does that, I will call LeBron better than Michael Jordan forever. I will never say Michael Jordan.
And nobody can sit here and say they're going to say yes, it's hard, but none of these reporters.
He's the only person that's ever done it.
First take, Stephen A. Smith. You cannot say
Yeah.
that LeBron can't come back 3-1 because
Well,
he's
also,
done it
I mean,
before.
think about the team you did it with. You had, what, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, guys like that.
He has more
Now
now.
he has Luka.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will say, I think the T-Wolves are deeper. I saw a stat line today saying Dante DiVincenzo, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and I believe it was Nas.
even Julius Randle's been going kind
He's
of
been going cooking. That is the best ending five, like offensive, defensive rating wise.
Mhm.
Defensively, lock.
Because even DiVincenzo be putting some stuff down too.
Yeah.
And Naz Reid, I mean,
He has outscored the Lakers bench
He's
himself.
crazy. He hit a big time 3 last game. So yeah,
It's been impressive to watch.
it's been a really
I mean,
great series.
I'm not saying they wouldn't take everything out of Lakers, and I'm not gonna lie. I think them coming back from 3-1 and them winning 3
Yeah.
games in a row, and then them going and playing the Warriors.
We talked about that series
Dude.
so
I
much.
want a Lakers Warriors series.
That
so bad.
would be so
Every
much
game,
fun.
okay,
That
because
might
also
be great.
think about it. Every game would be a home game for each team.
Exactly.
You're not leaving state. You're
Yeah.
in the same state. I mean, you're driving. I don't know how far Sacramento is from LA.
Hour and a half.
I mean, Golden State.
San Francisco.
It's
San
North
Francisco,
Cal
yeah.
and SoCal, so they would be fine. They'd be. It's, a
It's
It's
good
not that
balance.
far. People are making that drive.
No, they're probably fine. It's like 6 hours.
Some people are making that drive, probably.
Yeah. It's still like
Some people
within-
probably. Yeah, but you got to think about people that live in the middle. It's 3 hours each way. Some people are
You're
probably.
right.
Some people are like, I mean, I'm going to see that. I mean, shoot,
Thanks.
yeah.
I'd probably go to
I'd probably go to
Golden
Oracle.
State because
I'd go to
LA.
Oracle.
I've been to games in LA to see LeBron play. It's crazy.
I would love
I
to
would
go to
not
Oracle.
go to LA to watch.
But yeah, dude, that's
with a car.
All right, Bus. Here's my question for you.
Yo.
Who is your prediction to win the NBA Finals? I want to hear his prediction. See what he says.
well, yeah, because you say, all right, here, let's say Warriors win and Timberwolves win. We'll call it that. And then who do we want? Nuggets and Clippers. Who do we think wins that?
I want the Clippers to win.
I think the Nuggets will win. Who do we think will win? I think the Nuggets will win it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, let's just say the Nuggets.
All right, so Nuggets win, Lakers, and then we have Warriors and Timberwolves. And then we have Celtics versus Knicks or Pistons.
What? The Celtics versus the
Knicks or Pistons?
The Knicks are going.
You think the Knicks are going to win?
I think the Pistons.
I think they will.
The Knicks cheated though. I'm not gonna lie.
I hate the Knicks.
They cheated.
All right,
The refs
so
cheated,
so
though.
we have Thunder, Nuggets, Warriors, Timberwolves, Celtics, Knicks, Pacers, Cavs. Let's go from there. All right, so we all
Cavs.
obviously have Cavs, Celtics.
Caps Celtics
Cavs,
East. I think
Celtics.
that's
Who do we got on the West now?
And then
Thunder
we
Warriors,
got
dude.
Thunder Warriors.
I think it's Thunder Warriors. That's what it's looking like.
I don't know. Dude. I mean, I think it's gonna be hard. I think that the Warriors Timberwolves series might go to 7.
It could.
They did it last year against Jokic.
I think it might go to 7, but I think that the Warriors might escape.
Dude, there's going to be some shenanigans in that series with Jimmy, Draymond, and
Nas, Steven
Oh, dude, Jimmy hates the Timberwolves.
yeah,
He does hate
Yeah.
the Timberwolves.
and
What do we
Rudy
think Jimmy
Gobert.
hates more?
Rudy Gobert's in
Jimmy
that.
hates more. The Heat or the Timberwolves?
T-Wolves. Why?
Bro, you don't think he hates the Bro, he got benched for Terry Rozier.
He also went to 2 finals with them. He didn't do.
And
nothing
they just
with the
treated
Timberwolves.
him like this.
I agree.
He gave that man. He
but
gave that organization everything.
He did. He thinks he's a better Heat player of all time than LeBron, which that's.
He's not. Argue with the wall.
He
Okay,
said that?
Yes, he did.
dude. Okay, I
You
get
said
LeBron is a great player. He went to 4 straight finals. LeBron also had Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, who were MVP caliber players both those years. You had deep boy level player with Chris Bosh and MVP caliber with Dwayne Wade. Who did Jimmy Butler have? He had Bam Adebayo, not the player Chris Bosh
Duncan
was.
Robinson.
He was not the player that Chris Bosh was. Jimmy was constantly cooking LeBron in those
He was.
in that bubble year.
It was-
Who won?
Huh? He took him. Yeah, but he took him to 7 on his own.
Yeah.
Didn't they go in 7 or was that 6?
It was
It was
6.
six.
Okay, he took the Buck.
Bucks
else?
were like 5.
Wait, no, did
No,
he take
no,
the
no.
Bucks?
Nuggets.
Who did he
Nuggets
play?
and
The
6.
Nuggets?
Nuggets and 6. I think.
So he took both teams to 6. He had rare help in those series.
I agree.
He didn't have Tyler Hero. He didn't have Tyler Hero in the first one,
I don't know if
did
I
he?
can get on board with it.
Did he have Tyler Hero in the first one?
I can't get on board with that.
Did he have Tyler Hero in the first one?
Yes, he had Tyler Hero in both.
Oh, that was his 6th man of the year, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that was Tyler. Okay, so he had Tyler Hero, but Tyler Hero isn't. He's
Okay,
offense.
wait. So I think Cavs, Celtics. I think the Cavs.
I don't think it's a very okay. You can't say that like I'm saying. Like Jimmy Butler is like
Dude, still-
this much better than LeBron on
Yeah.
Heat list. Like I'm saying, it's like here, bro.
I think that the Cavs Celtics series will go to 7 for sure.
I think it will. I think for sure it will.
100% will go to 7. And I don't know who will win that series because going to 7 with those teams, dude. It's,
I really don't know, dude.
It is in Cleveland, which I think if it was in Boston, I think Boston wins. If Boston's
Yeah.
the higher seed, I think Boston wins that
Mhm.
series.
I think that's the
But-
edge that Cleveland has.
Exactly.
But that could
I
be
think
anything.
the thing that Cleveland has to do to win that series is win a game in Boston.
Yes.
They have to win at least one game.
I think it could be a series where it's
I'm gonna say Cleveland.
home. Cleveland wins one.
I'm gonna say Cleveland.
Dude, I think it's gonna be Cleveland Warriors, bro.
I think okay. This is how I
Who
think
you
it'll
got, who you got
go.
winning?
I think Cleveland might
Warriors.
win both
You
games at
got
home.
Warriors.
I think Cleveland might win both games at home,
And then Boston wins
and then
both.
Boston wins one.
So Boston comes wins back.
And wait, no,
It's gonna be 3-1.
no.
It's
I
gonna be
think
2-2.
Boston wins both in Boston.
It's gonna be 2-2.
Game 5. Game 5. I think Boston might take in Cleveland,
You're saying that Cleveland wins the last 2.
and then Cleveland wins last 2.
I can see that. Yeah.
So we got 2-2, 1-2.
No, I don't know. Dude, Warriors Thunder is gonna be. I go to 7.
Oh, that's going to 7.
I love that series. I would love it. I mean, I know we're not going to win that series, but I would still love it. It would be a great series to watch.
Thunder 2026.
Dude, the Thunder need
Bro,
to win, bro.
Bro, you know what'd be so upsetting, bro? Dude,
I want to see the Thunder.
Bro.
I know. Agreed.
bro,
I agree.
last time we played the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, bro, was 2017. No, 2016.
2016.
And we were up 3-1. We were up 2-1. And then they won a game, and then we went up 3-2, and then we lost 2 in a row.
Yeah. That was
And then
it for
KD
us.
and then
yeah.
KD left.
Yeah, that was that team. That was a sad team.
Screw you, KD. All that just for Steph Curry to go up 3-1 and lose the freaking finals.
KD to go for real.
I personally
Shut up! Dude, you
so
sound like
it's not-
Emery when he says Steph Curry the GOAT.
That's a crazy thing.
That's it, bro. He literally,
Crazy take.
bro, be running around. Steph Curry the GOAT. I'm like, Emery, what are you on, bro? Like, what are you talking
Crazy.
about?
I personally.
Cavs Warriors is not a bad take. I like that take.
This might be chalk, but I think Boston might go back to back. I think.
There's no way,
I
bro.
hate it. I don't want it to happen.
There's no way.
But I would rather the Thunder win. I'd rather the Warriors win. I'd rather the Cavs win.
I don't think they will.
But
No.
I will
Even if
say-
the Warriors play ball, I think if the Warriors make the finals, they win.
I agree.
Ooh,
I think if the Warriors make the
If Jimmy
finals-
Butler and Steph Curry get into a finals together, Jimmy Butler is not losing 3 of them things. If Jimmy Butler loses 3,
he might quit.
I think he's probably going to stop. Because at this
Dude,
point,
imagine
it's
a
coming down to like it's.
rematch Boston Golden State.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, there is so many good finals opportunities this year.
There's so many.
It's not gonna be like last year's. Last year's was what? Boston and
It was pretty much no one.
Mavericks. No one like
Boston
everybody
Mavericks.
knew Boston was winning that.
Even
series.
if Boston played the Wolves, it probably would have been 5.
Boston was just different.
I
Last year.
love that
Really good.
Mavericks Wolves series though. That was really
That was
great
good.
series.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, should have been.
All right.
Alright.
Do we have anything else we gotta talk about, Michael?
I don't think so.
MLB it is.
The
MLB?
Mets are frauds. They've played 20 teams under 500.
Yeah.
Found that out today. Juan Soto sucks. The Cubs are
Mike
actually
Trout's
good
back.
The Cubs are actually good again. Yeah, it kind of feels like we're playing 2016 baseball right now. To be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I'm out of love baseball.
That's really kind of what's going on in
Yeah.
baseball. Padres are killing it. The Dodgers are kind of mid.
Hate the Dodgers. Hate the
yeah.
Dodgers.
I mean, they're just from LA, so I just hate them. Literally feels like 2016 season right now.
Cubs,
Cubs are
yeah.
playing good baseball.
Detroit's
The
playing good baseball.
Mets
too.
are frauds. Yeah, the NL and AL Central are kind of running some stuff up right now.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Bro,
Do we need to talk about the torpedo bats a little bit?
No, because it's not even like a thing anymore.
That's fair.
The Yankees kind of screwed it for everyone because if they
Yeah.
would have been doing like 2 players use it, then it would have been like, all right, we're still using them because then it would have been too crazy. But after scoring like 15 runs, people are gonna be like, all right, we can't use these no more.
Facts.
They got banned.
I don't know if they got banned. I just think there's like restrictions on them now.
Yeah,
Like
and
the amount of people that can use. Like I feel like I think it's like the amount of people that can use them. Because like, I mean, you had teams. Whoa, what did that score just say?
which one?
The Dodgers are winning 10-0, 10-3.
Yeah, again.
All right, well, screw you. Okay. Well, they're playing the Marlins. Marlins suck.
Marlin.
Was that today?
Yeah, this is today's game.
Oh, Detroit! Congrats, you guys beat the
They're
Astros.
19-12, dude.
7-4. The Rockies won a game.
5-25. They were projected to win 24 games.
Still 20 games under 500. So
They suck.
Cardinals beat the Reds 6-0. Let's go.
Isn't doubleheader today? Because they got right now yesterday.
Yeah, they played doubleheader today.
Yeah.
Doubleheader game 2.
Yeah.
So that's a good start for their series.
Yeah.
Orioles, Yankees. Yankees killed them the other day.
It's early baseball year.
Washington
Yeah.
Phillies. Ooh, Nationals Phillies. Bryce Harper's old team in his new hometown. Padres Giants. Padres beating them for
Yeah.
nothing much, fellas.
Just baseball start of the year.
Start of baseball. It's only almost May.
I will say the one crazy stat I saw was Aaron Judge batting like 500 on base percentage.
That's gross. He
Oh my
might
gosh.
have like 150 RBIs,
It's gonna be ridiculous.
and that's not
for
profound
sure.
of me to say.
For sure.
But yeah,
Yeah. Bush, do you have anything else you want to say before we close?
Man, praise God.
thanks,
Amen.
bro. Thanks.
Amen. Love you, dude, man.
Love you, man. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Of course, bro.
Absolutely.
Of course, anytime. dude.
Yeah.
I will return.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up
You definitely
another Chalk Talk pod. Tune in. I don't know when, but we'll come up with another one.
We'll figure
Eventually.
something out. This was the return. We kind of just wanted to push something out. We don't know when the next thing will be
Yeah.
because we have like 8 days of school.
Yeah. But
No, it's pouring outside.
yeah, it's raining
Dang,
now.
bro.
So thank you
Sorry, guys,
everybody
got distracted.
for listening and everything. And anything else you want to say, Michael?
Nah, just have a good day. Thank God for your blessings and
Yeah.
see you guys later.